Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
It was a phenomenon that nobody really expected to ever be remade.
New Jack City is part of the cultures, the hip-hop cultures, our culture. And we haven't had that story told that way since.
Until now, the remake, including a star-studded cast like Treach from Naughty by Nature.
And then when the call came, I'm like, oh, you had me at hello.
Today on The Pulse, a hip-hop legend and a well-known actor talk culture, hip-hop history, and the remake of a classic.
So it's going to introduce a whole different audience to come and see plays and really know that it's a whole different experience.
Guys, welcome to The Pulse. Once again, you know what we do. We're bringing in people who've got great stories. They're doing cool things. They've got history and inspiration. And we're going to do that again today. We've got one of the legends of hip-hop, Treach, here with us, Naughty by Nature.
Naughty.
Now, Flex Alexander,
Yes.
Can we call you a legend of hip-hop too?
Yeah.
Yes. You know, they crossed over into acting, but I started as a hip-hop dancer and choreographer. I worked with them. I danced with Salt and Pepper.
Name drop.
Queen Latifah.
Name drop.
Crystal Waters.
But we do that.
So, you know, I was definitely entrenched in the hip-hop culture, and I was an extra dancer in the actual movie New Jack City. So this is full circle for me.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Classic info.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
The Pulse,
Yeah.
you sit down and have
Pulse
the real
rocking, baby.
Yeah.
the real conversation.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you both coming in.
Thank you.
Spending some time with us. We jumped right into it because there's a lot of things we can talk to you guys about. But you're touring right now together with a lot of other folks because they decided to make New Jack City into a stage play.
Yes.
When you even heard they were going to make New Jack City into a stage play, your initial response?
Oh, I got to go.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, that was, like we said, for our culture and everything else, we didn't have a movie that represented like our story in the streets. You seen Scarface, The Godfathers, all of that, but a real street movie representing us, especially on the East Coast where we from, that was it. So it was like, what? A play?
So you wanted to go. Did
Yeah.
you want to be in it?
I mean, before I wanted to go first, I didn't know until I got the call. And then when the call came, I'm like, oh, you had me at hello.
You were in the first one. You just said, what was your
No, but
response?
I was a dancer, was the extra in the New Year's scene, and then the initial scene when Ice-T's character sees Wesley's character and G Money come in. I was the extra back then. That was the humble beginnings. But to see that, and then to get the call from Jacarius to Johnson, who was our executive producer, put it together, texted me, he said, hey, what are you doing September? I said, I'm around. He said, I got something for you. And we had been trying to work together for years. And then when I get the thing, I'm like, what? New Jack City Live? I'm like, and in my mind, I'm thinking, how are they going to do this? I read the script, and I felt that it was a great adaptation.
So they called y'all.
Yes.
Y'all didn't have to audition.
No.
We were talking about that before we got started with the segment. And I'm sitting there asking, I wonder if they had to audition.
No, actually, Alan Payne, I worked with him on a movie called Jason's Lyric.
Absolutely.
In the day. So he had put the word out to Jacarius, like, he was like, who would you think would be? Al said, Treach.
So they put you, Nino, right from the jump.
From the door.
Okay.
Yeah. But you need a team.
Yeah.
And the team is there. Like, it's amazing, the lineup, the cast. You got Alan Payne, who was the original G Money there. He still looks the same.
Yeah.
This guy's a vampire. You understand? And everybody that they have in there fits their position so well. It's like unbelievable.
Yeah, we got Big Daddy Kane, who plays Stone, Gary Durdan, who plays Scotty. Just everyone is just
Fits
holding
the
it down.
character to a T.
Everyone, man.
It's interesting because when I started doing the research, you heard about New Jack City, the stage play, and I'm not in it. Nobody called me. But, I mean, I was available. They know what my role would have
They
been.
know you were here ordering.
Right. I'd like to think they thought I was busy.
Yeah.
So, but you read it and you're doing the research. And I went on social media and there were two kind of immediate responses.
Yes.
There was the, yo, they're doing New Jack City and look who's going to be in it.
Yeah.
And then there was the, you can't mess with
Of
New
course.
Jack. It's like, come on.
Of course, yeah.
So when you see those responses now, because y'all have seen it, you're in it. What do you say to the people who had that side? Like, you can't mess with New Jack City.
Listen, I understand it initially, But you like anything else, you have to experience it, man. You have to experience. You have to extend your realm of reality. And you know, somebody posted when I first posted it. It was like, man, how you gonna do the Jackson? G Money died, and I'm like, well, that's like saying you're not gonna watch another Denzel movie because he died in Training Day. You know what I'm saying? Like this is different. We're bringing it live and resurrecting the character, but also introducing, I think, a new style of play that is gonna revolutionize, don't you think, Treach? Like it's gonna change the game.
It's gonna change, and a lot of people who were naysayers, they never seen plays before. You know, so it's going to introduce a whole different audience to come and see plays and really know that it's a whole different experience.
Yeah, you were joking about name dropping earlier. I'm gonna name drop for a second because it ties in. It's interesting you say that because recently we've had kind of the early generations of hip hop on the show. You know, so Jazzy Jeff was just here talking about the kind of evolution of hip hop. Master P was just on talking about. And one of the points he made is that because you guys in some ways are the first generation of hip hop to get to that point. Like nobody has gotten old yet or older or seasoned on hip hop. People aren't used to seeing you transition into anything else.
I mean, it just shows like hip hop is ever expanding, ever growing, ever, you know, from, you spoke about Master P, from his entrepreneurship and everything he's been doing, like showing like you could venture out, Dr. Dre with Beats by Dre and different stuff. So you see like it's just multifaceted, and hip hop is a worldwide trend that's never going to end.
Next on The Pulse, are we as a society ready to see hip hop artists in a whole new light?
People just get you locked into one thing, and that's not your bag, that's their bag.